Everything you can't see. Chapter 3. How do you feel?
I had episodes and, there was nothing that I can do. I was still in the learning process. I was total learning curve. And there was times where I would have fire underneath my butt and be like, okay, I'm going to try and walk today. And I did. I started walking and, because the cardiologist was like, a little bit of activity is not going to hurt you. It's going to help you. But it was tough. It was really, really tough. And at that time, I didn't realize I had food problems. So, in 2005, I moved down to Florida. I remember my dad saying, Ash, are you going to be okay? I'm going to worry about you. You're going to be in Florida all alone. And I told him, no, I'm going to be living with a roommate. And I told her, she knew, and she knew exactly what to do. Because at this point, I knew my body so well. I knew if I needed to go to the emergency room or if I didn't. Because every time I would go to the emergency room, it was 5 hours of being plugged up to a machine, IV, all these random tests for them to just tell me, you know what you have. I'm like, yeah. So I know when I need to go and when I don't. And I'm sure that's probably really, really bad to make that judgment call, but that's what I figured out over the years. So I moved down to Palm Beach Gardens in 2005, and I remember my first thing was, oh my God, I have to get a cardiologist. And I got a cardiologist, and his name is Dr. Brewer, and I didn't realize, God is such a blessing in my life. I didn't realize, but he actually specializes in my disorder. And he remembers seeing me. And he's like, how do you feel? I said, I feel horrible. I'm always tired. I have no energy. I feel like, at that time I was like 20 years old, right? I was 20 years old and I was in an 80-year-old body. I felt like crap. What else do you want me to say to you, doc? And he's like, I don't know how you're standing before me. He's like, your blood pressure is so low, Ashley. You can take 3 more steps and you will pass out. He's like, I don't know how you're doing this. I don't know how you're living. And I just cried. I was so lost. I was in this new town, wanting to start a new beginning for myself, going to school to become an esthetician. And I just remember, it's like, what am I gonna do? And he's like, well, he's like, first of all, I'm gonna get you off this medication. He's like, this medication that your doctor prescribed to you is not right for you. I said, okay. And I knew the medication that I was on was a beta blocker. And what that means is that if you stop taking it, you put yourself in cardiac arrest. You have to have a professional wean you off it. And I was scared. Because for me, this was all a huge trust issue. Huge. You only trust certain people in your life when you have something like this. And I just remember, saying, Doc, it's a beta blocker. I can't get off this. And he's like, Ashley, he's like, it's okay. I'm going to take you off this. So he puts me on this new medication, and I still take it today. I take it for the rest of my life. I take it 3 times a day, and mainly what it is, it's for my blood pressure. I remember he told me, he's like, you're going to see differences. You're going to see differences. You're going to start feeling better. He's like, but take it one step at a time. But he goes, you have to do something. You have to do something. He's like, I don't care if it's walking. I don't care if it's going on a stationary bike. He's like, but you have to do something. I'm like, Doc, I don't know what I can do. He's like, just take it slow. And at that time, I had a gym membership. Or I bought one, something of that nature. And I remember I started feeling better. My energy started picking up. I wasn't taking as many naps. I was like, this is a miracle. This is a miracle. I wanted to see what I could do. For the first time in my life, I wanted to see what I could do. You know, what I was capable of. And I remember going to the gym and being totally embarrassed. You see these young girls, you know, that are sprinting on these treadmills without breaking a sweat. And I was on a stationary bike, huffing and puffing because it was so hard for me. I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to be in that gym. I just remember, like, going really early in the morning when, like, older people were there. And, like 5 o'clock in the morning when they first opened. You know, because all the business executives would be in there and, you know, they don't care if I... And I just remember working out really early in the morning on that bike. And, I was doing that.